Then moving on to Marijour, the grosses were very surprised by the newspaper that had just been released. What is the meaning of this photo? We won't allow it. And as far as I remember, I told him to remove the D from his name, said Grosse St. Marcus in an angry tone. The Navy soldier was frightened by the angry Grosse. No sir, we were never told about that, said the soldier. This photo was sent by Guernica-sama from CP0. Grosse then said again, reprint, the world must not see this. The Navy soldier answered again, we have tried to contact the printer, sir, but I think it's useless. Then moved to Morgan's place, who was giving encouragement to his workers. Ha ha ha, what an enchanting appearance. Okay, everyone. Spreading this news throughout the world depends on all of us, said Morgan. Morgan then said how he got the photo of Luffy Gear 5. CP0's transition from Wano country was interrupted when they saw Big Mom's ship. The wheels of the world won't stop turning. I won't let their propaganda be kept a secret if the real story is like this. Then moved to the rest of the world, where people all over the world were shocked when they got newspapers showing the news of the defeat of two Yonko, namely Kaido and Big Mom. The narrator then says that the big news of the defeat of the two Yonkos spread throughout the world. The three captains of the worst generation played a big role in the overthrow of the Yonko, who had been in power for many years. Each of them was given an extraordinary bounty value by the world government, namely 3 billion berries. And then shown the bounties of Luffy, Yastakid, and Trafalgar Law. Each of these three captains got a bounty value of 3 billion berry. And for Luffy, it turns out that the photo on his bounty price has changed to a knicker. Then moved back to Wano country, specifically to Takage Port. Nakama, Law, and Kid were very surprised by the bounty price for their two captains, which was 3 billion berries. Boss, Captain, this is extraordinary. Each of you getting a bounty of 3 billion berries. However, after seeing the bounty price, Yastakid suddenly left the location. Apo then asked the others, hey, where did the idiot Kid go? His eyes looked ridiculous. Killer then answered that he was definitely going to the flower capital. What we are talking about is Kid. There is only one thing on his mind right now. Then the other newcomer also wanted to go to the flower capital because there was a festival. Let's follow, Captain. I heard there's a festival today. Let's party, said newcomer Law and also Kid. Meanwhile, Law just said that it seems like the situation is getting more complicated. Then moved to the shogunate's castle. The shogun's castle chef had prepared the most delicious food he had ever made. But unfortunately, because he took too long to cook, it took 2 hours for Shogun Momonosuke, and the others couldn't wait any longer. They also chose to go to the flower capital to a party with the residents. Only Jinbai is left waiting for the chef to cook and prepare the best food. Wow, this looks really delicious. Thank you for the dish. But unfortunately, the others couldn't wait the 2 hours. And from the sound of it, they were really going to Kotor to enjoy the festival. Then moved to the festival location. In the middle of the flower capital, Momonosuke gave the order that tonight all food was free. Please eat and drink to your heart's content. The residents cheered and were happy, because all the food available was given free by the shogun. Luffy, Copper, and Yamato really enjoy the festival. Luffy's mouth and hands are full of food, as are Chopper and Yamato. This is my first festival. It's really amazing, said Yamato. Then in the same location, Brooke and Hiri sang Odin's favorite song, namely Putribulin. Their performance was immediately greeted with great excitement and enthusiasm by the residents. Then moved to the basement of the shogun's castle. Robin was looking at a collection of dolls in the castle's basement. Then suddenly Tangayama said, "Do you like it, Nico Robin?" Robin was surprised because Tangwasu knew his name. "How come you know my name is Tangayama?" Tangayama then said that what you are observing is my personal collection. Robin then asked why your personal collection is here. Tangayama then answered, "This is the room that was originally my secret hobby room. But in the end I ended up being locked up here for several years." Robin was shocked to hear that he was locked up. "Aren't you a sword maker? Who are you really?" asked Robin. Tangayama then answered, "I made swords. Because I had a little talent, but it was still just a hobby, because leading was a very tiring job." Tangayama then took off his mask. "I am Kozuki Sukiyaki, Odin's father." Robin was surprised to hear that. "Does Momonosuke know about this?" asked Robin. Tangayama answered, "No, and I have no intention of telling him. Even though I know that one of his loyal servants can recognize my identity. But how could I show my face now that I am the one who caused Orochi to rule? With great difficulty I escaped from this room, and when I came out Odin was dead, and Wano had turned into hell. I had thought about doing my seppuku." But suddenly Robin interrupted Tangayama's words. "Tangayama-san should be somewhere in this country, the ancient weapon Pluton. That's what is written in the poneglyph in Nature Baster." Tangayama then answered, "Yes, it is indeed here." Then moved to the former Yuden prison mine. But there is something different about the mine, which is famous for being barren and full of signs of life, has suddenly turned into a very dense forest. Tall and giant trees towered around the mine. And it turns out that Navy Admiral Ryakuju is on a rampage in Yuden prison. Ryakuju cleaned up all the remaining wild animal pirates. All of Kaido's men were killed by Ryakuju. The nutrients were taken to increase his strength. Even Baba Nuki only had a skeleton left after his nutrition was taken by Ryakuju as well as Kaido's two high-ranking officers, namely King and Queen. The fat queen immediately became thinner, but both of them couldn't fight because they were seriously injured after the big fight, and could only surrender when Ryakuju made them into living mummies. Queen could only say that a thin body doesn't suit me. Ryakuju then stepped on it. "Shut up already. With my rank I would lose face if I lost to some commanders like you. The current navy doesn't have enough manpower to deal with the mess you've created, but I don't expect much from you either." Queen can only surrender, with his body now only bones. And then it became known that Ryakuju's real name was Navy Admiral Ryakuju Aramaki. Ryakuju then contacted the Navy ship that was on guard outside Wano Beach. "Hello, this is Ryakuju. Bring the ship here and don't report this to a canoe, you understand, right?" Then Ryakuju left the Yuden prison mine after taking care of Kaido's gang, and currently he is heading to the flower capital to catch Luffy. "Oh, I always like her unbridled style. I can't wait to get her compliments. And now I can see the chances that he will definitely praise me if I bring this boy's head home," said Ryakuju while holding Luffy's newest poster. Then moved back to the capital of flowers. Luffy takes over the stage and presides over the highlight of the festival. "You, everyone, raise your glasses. You are all good at fighting great, and now let's celebrate this victory festival." Then Momonosuke remembered a few moments after Luffy defeated Kaido. Luffy asked Momonosuke not to tell anyone about himself to the people in Wano. "Momonosuke, don't tell anyone about me." Momonosuke then answered why. "Because I don't want to be a hero," said Luffy. Momo smiled after remembering what Luffy said. Then when the festival was about to start, suddenly the Giz-Ao came. "Woi Mujiwara, if I kill you now, so I." Giz-Ao's words were cut off by fireworks that had been lit, which was a sign that the festival had started. Luffy then took the Gizao to ask him to toast. Yes, everyone. Let's drink and party until morning. Kenpai, together with Luffy. All the people of Wano toasted together, with fireworks decorating the night sky. The residents rejoice in celebrating victory for the country of Wano. Hayo's grandfather and his crew were also very happy. The pirates were very rowdy, but this was the biggest and wildest of all the festivals I've ever seen. The children and the community ate to their heart's content. Then back to Luffy and Gizao. Let me go, Mugiwara. I don't want to take part in this ridiculous party. I came to kill you. I don't know what's going on out there, but they've announced the new names of the Yonko. Luffy was very surprised when he saw the bounty and his latest photo. And here are the 4 Yonko of the new Sea Emperors: Akagami no Shanks, Monkey D. Luffy, Buggy the Clown, and Marshall D. Teach. Then moved again to Ryakuju's place, which had arrived near the flower capital. Wow, they really enjoyed the music and the revelry. But us Marines weren't in the mood, especially since the whole world is currently in chaos.